Confidence by Cassie Jo, and today what I think I'm gonna do is teach you guys how to braid. So I was at a baby shower slash meet and greet for Zach's sister yesterday. She had her baby girl Catalina, and so she had her baby shower after the baby was born, so everyone got to meet the baby, which was really fun. While I was there, I was talking to Zach's cousin, second cousin, third cousin, my cousin-in-law, she's a cousin. Her name's Nikki, and I had told her hair looked super cute. She had like this braid over here, and she's like, actually, it's not a braid, it's just twists. And she had just twisted her hair back, and she said, I can't braid, so I just twist. And it made me think, one, I want to try that twist, so that's going to be one of my future videos. But two, I'm going to teach you guys how to braid, because I think there's probably a lot of people that don't know how to braid, especially if maybe they have short hair, never braided themselves as a kid or forgot, and then maybe they have a girl or something like that and they want to learn how to braid. So I'm going to show you a few styles of braids. One, just a regular braid. Two, I'm going to teach you a French braid. And three, I'm going to teach you a Dutch braid. And we're going to be able to compare those a little bit. So that's the plan for today. First, I am on day 5 hair, so haven't washed in 5 days. So I'm going to need a little bit of TLC before I do that. So, but still. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to separate my hair. And first, I'm going to put some product in. I've been forgetting this lately. I want to start using this. This is the Intense Repair Treatment. This helps to really boost your hair growth. And since I am pregnant, I'm just want to start getting in the habit of using this every day, because that's really going to help me with postpartum hair loss as soon as that more than likely kicks in. So this is a jump start for your hair growth. I could tell you more about that if you're curious. But side note on the baby, because I mentioned the baby. So I am 25 weeks now, and it was so funny yesterday. I was telling people, I was like, yeah, I'm 25 weeks. They're like, what's that? And I'm like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 months. And then finally I was like, hold on, let's see. Let's do the math. And so I had Zach's sister help me do the math, because, you know, baby brain, I can't do math right now. And we found out I am 6 months along, you guys. Like 6 months. Like, well, that makes me feel better, because he popped like 2 or 3 days ago now, and I just like looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my god, like he was not that big yesterday. Like I was like baffled. So it's the 3rd time he's popped like that, where one day I was just like, oh my gosh, this is way different than yesterday. So, but 6 months along, you guys, so that's super exciting. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple things. First, I am going to put on my Inner Force Restructuring Serum. So just a pump of that. It's got the gel and the lotion chamber. And then I'm going to mix those two together. And I am going to work that through mid-strand ends here. And this one helps to repair damage. We do also have a split end mender, and I always put that on wash days, just so you guys know, and it lasts a long time. So I do also have a split end mender in, but I just don't reapply that every day. Next, I'm going to go in with our blowout cream. Our blowout cream is our silicone-free heat protectant, and to have a silicone-free heat protectant is kind of unheard of, but awesome, because if you think about it, if you have silicone in your hair, same thing, mid-strand ends, if you have silicone and plastics in your hair, and then you go to like flat iron or use any sort of like heat on your hair, but especially like a flat iron, think about it. You're literally like laminating that to your hair, you guys. That's what's so different about this product line compared to other products, is we don't have silicones, we don't have sulfates, we don't have waxes, we don't have parabens, we don't have a lot of those things in our products. We are naturally based, and so you're not going to be adding all of that buildup to your hair. That's the reason behind when I tell you guys, when you're using our product line, you need to turn down your heat tools, is because you don't need to get through all of that buildup to style. You're actually dealing with your hair and not a whole bunch of laminated crap on top of it. And, you know, you have to be a little bit more gentle. You don't need as high of heat, okay? All right, next I'm going to go in with our CC cream. This is our complete care leave-in hair perfector. It's like a deep treatment. Think of it, it's like a leave-in conditioner, except for it has like 15 benefits. So it's different. Like, you can absolutely also still use a leave-in conditioner. This one, I love, love, love the texture of this one. It's just thicker. It's like a lotion, and it's just such a deep treatment. So I love them both, but they definitely do have different uses. And there's actually a video on all 15 uses if someone wants to know to really understand the difference. But at first when I saw it, I was like, well, maybe those are interchangeable. No, they're very, very different, which is awesome. But I love it, love it. It's new. It's the only for you product of the month, which means it's not a permanent product right now. What happens is when you're a VIP customer, and I'm just gonna wide tooth comb starting at the ends and work up to the top. So when you're a VIP customer or a market partner like myself, you get access to the only for you products. If you're a retail customer, you don't get access to those, but they're usually either brand new products or just awesome products that aren't permanent yet. And we get to test stuff out, and then if things go well and everyone likes it, then a lot of times they make that product permanent down the road. But you can't get it right now unless you are a VIP customer or a market partner, and right now it's only for this month. We never know when it's going to come back, so I'm like, I wonder if I should put in another order so I can stock up now because I don't want to run out of it. But that's what's really fun is you get to try new products, and they're free, by the way. They're always free with your qualifying order. And so it's so fun because you get to try new free products like all the time. Not every single month is a new product. Sometimes it's a repeat of something, but you always get a free product with your order, and they're always valued at between like 25 and 30 bucks. They're a little smaller than like regular size, but they're still good size. Like this is, I guess it's 2.5 ounces, which isn't huge. This one wasn't only for you, and this one's 4 ounces. They're different depending on, I think most of them are like 3 or 4 ounces. But they last. I mean, these products are concentrated, so you don't need a lot, so everything lasts a long time. So that's really nice. This one was a few months ago, just since I pointed out, I'll tell you, it's the Smoothing Anti-Frizz Primer, and that's really, really, really awesome to put on as a primer, and I did that one too, again, just when my hair was wet, right after I washed it. And that one helps to eliminate frizz, and it's also really great for like humidity, helps your hair against humidity. So, okay, so we've got that product in. Now, do you see how that just adds like health and shine to my hair, and it just kind of wakes it up and gives it life before I even straighten? Now what I'm going to do is dry shampoo, because, hello, day 5 hair, we need to dry clean that. So here we go. And just kind of take each section. You always want to shake any of our liquid products because they all have this Rejuvenate oil infused in it. And the Rejuvenate oil is our flagship product. It's like 13 different botanically based oils. I think 11 of them are essential oils. The big one is Abyssinian oil, but it's oils from all around the world. And they are just so amazing. It literally mimics the oils of your natural oils, your body's natural oils, so the oils that your scalp produces. And a lot of times, like, people think, well, why would I put oil in my hair? It's just going to make it greasy. Believe it or not, if your hair is too greasy, it's actually overproducing oil because you're not getting enough. So by doing things like oil treatments with that oil, and by using these base products, you're actually going to be able to make the oil levels and the pH levels of your scalp balance, so that way you can go longer in between the washes like I have. Like in the beginning, I think I could go I've always been able to go 2 days depending on how I style with my hair. I think I could get to 3, maybe even 4 right away in the beginning, but now I can get to 6 and 7 days a lot of times, and for sure 5. And so the fact that that your pH levels balance, your hair actually becomes less greasy, and then you don't necessarily have to wash as often. Now you still need the dry shampoo, unless you're just one of those people that your hair does not get greasy at all. But most people need the dry shampoo. So this stuff I can't live without. Okay, so, and I don't know if I got the very front, can't remember. Baby braid. So we're just gonna make sure I got the very front. And we're gonna now let that sit for 60 seconds. That's when it does its magic. So we're gonna let that sit for 60 seconds. I got my straightener on ready to go. I have got my back combing comb. I love this one. There's actually a new one. I just saw a girl do a video on one yesterday that I really want to order too, so I might try that at some point, but as of now this is the one I use and I love it. And I've got my monster clip ready to go. Oh, since we're gonna do some braids, I'm probably gonna need some ponies, so let's see. I've got these ones. My mom actually just gave me some that are smaller than the ones I have, because in one of my videos I complained that my ponies were too big. So she gave me these ones. Let me just see how they work. Those might work all right. So we'll try those today for our demos. But if you can, get ponies that are like the same color as your hair or clear, and that's really, really nice too. All right, so just letting that sit a little bit. I just got done, I got out of the shower, touched up my makeup a little bit. Kind of feeling the color today. And my eyelashes, like, look, okay, I don't know, I wish you guys could see this better, but I feel like whenever I try and show you guys, but like, they're just getting so long. So we've got this product called Eye Wonder, and it helps your eyelashes grow. And I'm just like, every time I put like mascara on, I'm like, oh my God, like, look, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, they are so long, they're so pretty. And it's not to say that other people, like, there's lots of people that have, you know, great lashes and they have extensions and things like that. It's hot in here. I was trying to shut the door so I could let my husband sleep because he works overnights, but the bedroom door is shut, so hopefully he can't hear me. He sleeps through anything, he'll be fine. But, so there's tons of girls that do like extensions, magnetic lashes, things like that, and they look gorgeous. So there's lots of other girls that have gorgeous lashes too. I just happen to really like the natural right now. Not to say I won't try some of those things at some point, but I'm just like obsessed with how long they're getting. Okay, so anyways, side note. This is going to be a long video because I'm rambling today, so I'm sorry. If you want to skip to the braids, go ahead. Just check and see when I start braiding. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to work through this dry shampoo. And you just use the pads of your fingers to work that dry shampoo through your hair. Don't want to use your nails. Same thing with when you're shampooing. Shampoo, you focus on the scalp, and conditioner, you focus mid-strand to ends. All right, I think I got that decently well worked in there. And now, I'll just comb through that again here. And it's still decently straight today, which is awesome. My hair is naturally curly, so when I sleep, sometimes it gets super curly still, just from sweating and all that. But today it's pretty good. So we are going to touch up with the straightener a little bit. Since it's pretty straight, I'm not going to like worry too much about getting perfect sections. Plus, this video is really just about braids. But we want to have a good base. Starting to get a little more curly underneath. Makes sense. So, like I said, I've got that heat protectant in my hair. That is a must with heat tools. You can create a lot of damage applying heat to your hair, but hello, it's so cute. Of course, like, we want to curl our hair, straighten our hair, things like that a lot of times. So, just gotta really protect that hair. little in the back here. Like I said, not being too picky about getting every single piece because it's pretty straight. So I'm going to touch that up a little bit. And you can see I've already got like some good volume left in from yesterday. So I don't even have to really mess with that much. I'll kind of work with it after I do the braids. But we really don't have to mess with that a lot because that's pretty good. And so, okay. So I could absolutely like rock out just the straight hair again. I'd probably perfect just the top just a little bit more. But since we're going to be doing some braids, but seriously, like, this is what I love, like, day 5 hair, and you could totally still, like, just rock this look, okay? But we are going to do some braids today, and first I'm just going to show you a regular braid, because some people don't know how to do regular braids either. And then we'll get to the more fancy stuff, the French braids, the Dutch braids, all that. I'm going to give myself a little bit of bangs here, just because if I don't have hair touching my face, it makes me sad. If you know me, you know that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to play with braids and to show you guys some stuff, I'm just going to take like this front section. And that's what we're gonna braid with today. And then same thing on this side. Oops. My daily squats in, you guys, from when I drop stuff off my bathroom counter. Okay, so then this side. Because we're gonna practice different braids on both sides just so I can kind of compare a little bit. Of course I lost this piece right here. Where was that? Okay, so I've got that section because those are the parts I'm going to play with to show you guys these braids, and I just want the rest of my hair kind of out of the way so it doesn't get mixed up in there. So, I'm just going to take my regular pony. Just get that out of there. Now, we are ready to start our braid demo. So we're about 18 minutes in. And we are going to start with just our regular braids. So you take a section of hair, no matter how big, whether you want one big braid in the back, whether you want pigtail braids, whether you want just a front section, whatever size you want. Part it good if you're going to have a partial section, because you might be able to see like that part and you want it straight just in case. And then you're going to divide it into 3 equal sections, okay? So once you do that, it is a little harder to try and keep like your bangs out, not gonna lie. But I like the look of it better when I have bangs. I'll just put those over there for a second, if I can. Okay, so what you want is 3 equal sections, okay? You can see these are pretty even in thickness. This one is shorter, so I might do a little trick with that towards the end, and I'll show you if I get there. But what we're gonna do is we are first just going to take the front section and we are going to put that over the middle. So you're just crossing it over the middle. You want to straighten it out. So like if you're noticing it's not laying flat, take that time right then and there and kind of work with it to straighten it to make it look really good, because you'll be able to see that really well, okay? So now that that's laid flat, front section over the middle, now I take this back section and I put the back section over the middle. And same thing, I just want to flatten that out a little bit, make that look really, really smooth, because you'll be able to see how that lays, okay? So smoothing that out. And then we take the front again, over the middle, back, over the middle, front, over the middle, back, over the middle, okay? And just pull it tight as you go, unless you want like a looser braid. Now, what sometimes starts to happen, and this is where a lot of people mess up, like this front section, I told you guys how it wasn't quite as long, it's not quite as thick, it felt pretty even, but it's starting to feel a little thin like already. So sometimes what you'll do is you'll take just a little bit of hair from that middle section and add it to this front to make it thicker, and just pretend like it was never even there. Like, you can just work with it. And same thing, I still want to add just a little more. I'm just taking a little bit from this back section, adding it to the front to try and get those to stay the same length, and see how it just kind of blends in. So that's a little trick that you can do that I think not everyone realizes, because sometimes you'll start doing your braid and if one of them, sorry, it's hot. If one of those braids is, like one of those strands is a lot thinner than the other ones, it'll start to look really, really funny. Like it won't look even like this, you know what I mean? It'll be kind of like thick, thin, thick, thin, thick, thin, and that's definitely not what you want, okay? Now, as you start to go longer, if you have like layers like I do, sometimes some things start to stick out. That just is what it is. One thing that you can do, so that's a regular braid, one thing that you can do to kind of start, I guess, blending that stuff in, if you do have, you know, layers and things like that, but you still want to do a braid, but you might have more sections sticking out, like you can kind of see it sticking out right there. If you just start to actually add that into the look, it won't be so bad. So basically what I mean is, before you put your binder in, because right now, like, I could keep braiding down a little bit, I could stop it here, I could put my binder in, but what I want to do is, before I put my binder in, start pulling these sections of hair just to give it a little. And then, do you see how, like, if I had some pieces of hair sticking out, like, it wouldn't matter as much when you've got more of that kind of a look? Because it would just kind of blend into the style a little bit more. So you just kind of play with it until you get it the way you want it. And you can just have like this thicker. So you could have it tight, you could leave it tight like I did, or you can kind of just work these plaits up to the top and add some extra volume before you put your binder in. And it doesn't have to be super perfect, like, but see how it's just kind of like thicker? See the difference? Like, it's just kind of a thicker, looser braid, and if you had some things sticking out, it would just be like not that big of a deal, you know? So that's a couple different ways that you can do it. You can continue to braid it all the way to the very bottom. You could stop wherever you wanted to and put your pony in. You could also do like different things with it. If you wanted to like somehow like do some sort of a twist, or if you wanted to bring it up and then like pin it, you could do that on both sides. So you see how like that could be just like, it could be like a headband, and you can do it on this side, pin it down. You could do the same thing on this side and then pin it down, and then you'd have like a headband. You can do lots of different things with it, but that's your base, that's your braid. Okay, so that's a regular braid. Now I'm going to take that out, and I want to actually go over here on this other side. I'm just going to clip. I'm going to clip my part that I'm braiding with. then I'm just going to put my bangs over here. These are the bangs for this side. I'm just moving them over. I'm just trying to get them out of the way. One, it's really just hot in this bathroom. And two, you just don't want to get it mixed in with your braid. So, what I'm going to show you on this side is a French braid, okay? So a little different than just the regular 3-piece braid that we just did. This is going to be a French braid. So what we're going to do is we are going to start off and we are going to take this top section of hair and we're going to start just how we did before. We're going to split it into 3 even sections. Okay, so I've got those 3 sections, and first I'm going to bring the top layer over the middle. Again, this is where you want to make sure it's flat. If there's any twisties or anything, you want to take the time to get those out of there. And then we take the back section and move the back section over the middle. Okay? So that's how you start, just like you did on the other side. That's how you start your French braid. But this time, now that we're ready to do the front over the middle again, instead of just grabbing this piece and putting it over the middle like we would for a regular braid, we're going to add a new section of hair right here. And you just kind of add the front part. So I still have like the back, this back section, that's still there because I'm going to use that side when we do the back over. So, sorry, I got like this little weight. Okay, so you add this section of hair. And again, before you move it over the middle, just make sure it's really, really smooth because you'll be able to see that. Okay? And now this time, before we do the back over the middle, we're again going to add that section of hair. And that's why I left some out on this side. Okay? So you kind of take the side, but you leave the back. And so sorry, I gotta find my pieces here. There it is. Getting a phone call. Okay, so here's our middle, here's our back. You grabbed more on the back, you're gonna move it over the middle and lay it down, okay? And then you just hold on to that piece. Make sure it's smooth. Now we're gonna do the same thing again in the front. We're gonna grab that section to add hair to the front piece. And then we're gonna move it and we're gonna put it on top of the middle, okay? And again on the back, we're gonna grab that next section of hair to add to the back piece. And we are gonna just put that on top of the middle one, okay? And see how I'm starting to get that braid? So just keep going all the way down. Add that next section of hair to the top piece. Put the top piece over the middle piece. Add that next section of hair to the back piece. And then put the back piece over the middle piece. Whew, it's hot. It only gets hot in this bathroom, you guys. Like, I'm not like dying in my house all day long, so anyways. Okay, so squirrel. Okay, so now we're almost done here. Taking this last section, adding it to the front piece, laying it on top of the middle piece, and then taking the last section on the back and laying it on top of the middle, okay? So now, as you can see, I'm done. I don't have any more hair to grab. I've got it all in there. If I was doing all of my head, I'd be at the nape of the neck, but I'm just doing it on the side here. And this is where you just transition. You can do a couple things. You could just stick a pony in there right there, and you could do like a bun or something like that, especially if, obviously we wouldn't do a bun right here over your ear, but like if you were doing a braid, a French braid just down the back and you wanted a bun at the bottom. Otherwise, you can just continue to braid. So now we're not adding hair every single time, but we're still just putting the back over the middle, the front over the middle, the back over the middle, the front over the middle. Okay? And you just keep doing that all the way down. Make sure it's feeling uniform. Now this one feels like it's a little thinner, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little hair from the other one before I flip it over, and it'll blend. And then I just keep going. So that's how you can kind of fix it if your hair starts to get a little uneven and they're not feeling like they're equal thickness anymore. You can work with that a little bit. And that's one trick I don't know if everyone knows. They might just keep on braiding and then all of a sudden their braid looks not uniform. So just keep braiding all the way down. As far as you'd like to go. The pieces get smaller and smaller. And then I'll take my little binder. Thanks for the smaller ones, Mom. This little piece is so small. If I had that huge binder, it would take me an hour. Okay. And there you have it. So then, you could do that on like both sides. And then you kind of, this is why I love like still having bangs out, because you see the difference. And then like if I take out my hair and I have it down, and it can just kind of lay on top of that braid. See how cute that would be? Okay, so I'm going to get real close to show you because I want you to be able to see the difference. This is a French braid, and what you can tell the difference between this and the Dutch braid that I'm about to do is this braid, if you can see, it kind of looks like it goes inside, okay? It goes inside of my head. Like it's like the braid is underneath, okay? When I do this other side, you'll see the comparison. The braid over here that I'm going to do, it's a Dutch braid, and the braid is actually going to lay on top instead, and it just gives a very different look. And so I'm going to show you guys the difference so that way you can kind of see and choose which one you want to do, and you can switch it up. You don't necessarily always have to French or always have to Dutch. You can do different ones different days. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to put my hair back in my pony. Keep it out of the way for now while I show you guys a Dutch braid on this side. You can see like, ugh, I'm sweating, so my hair, my bangs are getting like wet. Sorry, I know that's kind of gross. Ignore that. Ignore that. I'm also pregnant. Okay, so we are now going to do a Dutch braid over here. So just getting my bangs out of the way. Just gonna comb through this side. Get it nice and smooth. Just gonna pin this back right now, just to give me some extra freedom since it's so hot in here. Okay, so you guys, I keep finding gray hairs. Like, what is the deal? This is not okay. Not okay. All right, so we are gonna do our French braid, or our Dutch braid now. We did our French braid on this side, Dutch braid over here. We're gonna start the same way that we did with all the other braids. So you just grab that top section first. Just a little small section up top. And you are going to split it into 3 sections. And you are going to put the front over the middle. And then you're going to put the back over the middle. Just like we did with all our other braids, okay? So that's how we start out. Now, oh, actually, sorry, I did that backwards because I'm doing a Dutch braid. Redo, undo that. I was gonna do a French braid again. You guys already saw that. Okay, this time what you're gonna do differently is you are actually gonna, instead of putting it over the middle, you're gonna put it under the middle, okay? So we're gonna start off, we're gonna put our top piece under the middle, and we're gonna put our back piece then under the middle, okay? So that's the only difference, but it gives you such a different look. So now we're gonna add more hair to the front. And again, we're gonna go under the middle, okay? And I'm actually glad that I messed up at first, because if you're learning this, you might do the same thing and you might not understand what you did wrong at first. And so it's actually a good thing. Baby brain can be a good thing, you guys. Keep it positive, keep it optimistic. Life is great. Okay, so now you add more hair to the back piece. And again, you're putting that under the middle. So let's see here. Kind of grabbed the wrong section here. Sorry guys, I messed up. I dropped it. If you drop it, you might have to start over like I did. All right. So, split it into 3 sections. You're gonna take the front piece under the middle and the back piece under the middle, okay? Add more hair to the front piece. And then you're gonna put that under the middle. Then you're gonna put more hair on the back, add more hair to the back piece, and then you're gonna put that under the middle, okay? And I like to kind of pull it tight as I go. Now we're gonna add more hair to the new front piece. And we are gonna go under the middle. We're gonna add more hair to the back piece. Now we're getting the hang of it. Probably just jinxed myself, but. And then we're gonna go under the middle. You guys, this is only my 2nd time doing a Dutch braid. So bear with me that I'm not like perfect and fast. I'm just kind of showing you guys as I'm learning. Okay, so keep on going. We're gonna add the front hair to the front piece. And we are gonna put it under the middle. Sometimes you just have to take a second and re-get your grip. Then we're gonna put the new section of hair with the back piece, and we're gonna put that under the middle. Okay. Kind of pull it tight here. If you need a second, just kind of pull it tight and re-grab your hairs to get a better grip. That's totally fine, that'll help you. Okay, so then grab that new section of hair, add it to the front piece, and as you can see, we put it under the middle, all right? Now the front is becoming the new middle. So if you're not catching that, the front's becoming the new middle. Now you're gonna add hair to the back piece. You're going to go under the middle. Add hair to the front piece. and you're going to go under the middle. Add hair to the back piece. You're going to go under the middle. And then this is my last section here. Add it to the front piece, and I go under the middle. Now I've just got my 3 regular pieces, and I just go under, under. So before we were going over, keep on going under. So back piece under the middle, front piece under the middle, okay? Back piece under the middle, front piece under the middle. And can you just see already the difference? So you see how this braid is like on top, whereas this braid is inside. So see, inside, on top. Inside, on top. So they're just different looks, okay? And then most of the time, when you're doing a Dutch braid, you can keep it just tight like that. But a lot of times, you are gonna do the plaiting that I talked about before. So I'm gonna start now. I don't wanna go all the way down with my braid when I start to do this pulling of the plaits. So I'm gonna start now, and I'm just gonna start pulling these pieces just a little bit. Because if I go all the way down, it's harder to pull. You just pull at each piece. And you just see how that just adds some extra volume and dimension to that braid. Now I can keep going under, 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 under. Okay, now I'm going to stop and pause for a second. I'm going to start pulling at these. Do you see how that's just adding volume to that braid? Okay. Are you seeing the difference? Now you could still pull some of these at the bottom, so you could at least make the bottom thicker like this. But the top is pretty in there. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going. Under, under, and I have to tell myself under, because like I said, this is only like my second time doing a Dutch braid. So if I don't say under, I naturally am going to go over, because I've been doing French braids for years. So that's just how I naturally go. That's why I mess up sometimes, because I all of a sudden start to go under. I just kind of lose track. You have to think, like in the beginning, sometimes you have to concentrate. So, but as you can see, I'm getting some hairs like sticking out here because of my layers, and that's going to be totally fine, especially since I'm pulling at these plaits. Getting another call. Man, I'm popular today. I'm doing braids, people. I'm busy. Okay, so I'm getting towards the bottom. I just want to keep pulling at these a little bit here. Be a little bit more careful if you've got the layers like I do, so you don't pull too much out and have too many like layers showing. Not showing, but like, you know, sticking out. Okay, see how I just kind of blended that? other side. So now we're going to grab our binder, put that in. I'm going to just do the very bottom before I put the binder in. Make sure it's all kind of uniform. But like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect by any means. And there you have it. Sorry, I'm just trying to dry out my bangs a little bit. I'm just going to stop shutting the door. My husband will understand as soon as he sees this video, and he's like, honey, it's okay, you can keep the door open. I see you turning into a hot mess on your videos. I'll sleep right through it. Okay, so that is the difference. And I'm just going to take my hair down because it makes such a difference. And I'm just going to show you what it's going to look like if you were to rock either of these braids and then have the rest of your hair down. So now that I know kind of where it would sit, I'll straighten just a little bit. And you see how that would be super, super cute, whichever braid that you picked. So that's the Dutch braid. And that's the French braid. See how they're just a little different? And then the bottoms are just regular braids. This one is more tight, what it looks like when it's more tight. And this one is more of the plaits that you pull out as you go. And as you can see, I've got some pieces sticking out, but it kind of works with this look. It's just not a big deal. Like it goes. So if you have layers, you don't have to worry. You just got to roll with it. And then, just kind of take my back combing brush. And I've still just got a little bit of volume left over from yesterday. So you could definitely keep back combing and make this bigger. But it's working all right. Maybe I'll make it a little bigger, I guess. I'll make it a little bigger. So let's take this top section, grab some hairspray, shake it up. Back comb and comb. Take the next section. Just adding some volume back here. Gonna go on this side. Back again. And you got to be careful because you definitely can add damage doing this. So I guess just know that. Do one more section here. You can kind of go on the top too once you get down a little bit because you won't be able to see that. And then we flip it all back. Put our bangs back. Can you see how I just made that a little bigger? You can kind of smooth with your back combing comb, but you want to be careful because you can rip all of what you just did out if you get too like crazy with it. If you push too hard, you want to be just gentle. Okay. And sometimes I grab this round brush, and it has a little pick at the bottom, and I'll just kind of use that to kind of finish her up. There. Smooth the sides out again, and we will hairspray. Let's see how that, just adding a little bit more volume, it really does make a big difference. It does, it does. A couple more minutes at the end. And there you have it. Okay, so super cute, right? Like you could rock this and you could pick. Did you want to do this braid on both sides? You could even just completely only do like this side like I did in my other video, and all this would be straight. And you see how cute that is too. You can stop the braid and it can just blend. So I think that's what I actually did in one of my videos. You can look for it, but I literally just did that. Okay, and so you couldn't see, I just put a little, I think I put a binder and then a pin, but binder or pin, either way, you can stop it right there. The rest of this braid can just come out and it can be straight like the rest of your hair, but it'll just look like that. And that's super, super, super cute. And then this can just be regular, or you could also do that braid on this side. Just whichever braid you pick, do the same one on both sides, obviously. But I wanted to be able to show you guys the difference in the two. But now that I've showed you the difference, I think I just want to take this one out, and I'm just going to rock this today because it's so cute. So I'm going to take this one out. Now that I've demonstrated how to do all 3 braids, I hope that that was helpful. Let me know, let me know if that was helpful for anyone, because I know there's a lot of people that don't know how to braid. Oh, and this is one other thing is, like, if you want just a little bit of waves in your hair, you can put braids in, like, after the shower, especially when your hair is wet. You can do this wet. I did it dry, but you can do this wet. And then, sleep on it, and then the next day you'll have like some waves, like some crimps just like that. So you can totally rock that look too. I'm just going to re-straighten these, but I just want to give you a second to see. So you could totally have crimps, and you could do that all around your head if you wanted to, okay? So that's another fun thing that you can do with braids. I am now going to straighten that back out. Just so I can have a polished look for today that matches. There we go. And then I think I am going to actually just move this up and get rid of this braid. I mean, I guess you could just kind of leave it, but I am going to show you guys what it would be like if this were straight. So basically, I just would have stopped the braid there, and instead of continuing the braid, I just would have put this binder in, and then take a couple bobby pins, and I'm just going to pin it kind of behind my ear a little bit. bumpy side down with your bobby pins. And then I'm going to take this piece out. And I'm just going to quick re-straighten that. Be careful of your ear. Burning your ear is not fun, guys. I've done it. Oh, and my straightener's getting a little hot now. It's only on like 9, you guys, but it's, if you see it start to steam, it's too hot, so turn it down a little bit. So I'm just going to re-straighten that. The pin kind of came out just because I'm tugging at it. But I'll re-put the pin in. Now that I'm done straightening the rest. Bumpy side down. I'm going to do just one more pin to get it really secure. Put your hair on top of that to conceal it. I'm going to put a little hairspray in my bangs here. I want them to have just a little bit more like separation. Let it dry. Whoop. Caught it. I caught that one, guys. Woohoo! Okay, so you see how that just looks better? It's just more separated. All right, so there we go. We have got our Dutch braid on the side. The rest of our hair is straight. We've got that bump in the back. And this is what we're gonna rock today. So hopefully that video was helpful. Let me know below if it was. Hair Confidence by Cassie Jo. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Take care. Mwah!